Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, and kind of got some bad news for y'all, and that is that the CanUK Podcast for this week is kind of not happening. By that I mean, due to some scheduling conflicts, both myself and Big Boss were unable to sit down and get an episode recorded for you guys covering last week's news stories. Yeah, I do apologize for that. What I am going to do here in this video, though, is just briefly go over the few news stories that I did have written down for this show. Oh, for that show, rather. And, maybe do a little discussion so you can kind of consider this a one-man show for the CanUK Podcast. First and foremost, the first section we were going to go over were predictions for the Xbox reveal on May 21st. We were going to cover some things like what rumors we thought were true. Is it going to be always online? Will it have a Blu-ray player? Will they do a subscription-based service like they did before? Like they're doing currently with the 360, the $99 console, and you pay for 2 years of Xbox Live. What kind of games were they going to show? We already know that the new Call of Duty is going to be there, and they announced today that the new FIFA is going to be there, which is kind of cool. But are we going to see the next Halo there, or the next Gears of War, or the next Forza? Who knows? And would they actually show the actual hardware there? Who knows what they would have done and what they could do to one-up Sony. So that was going to be the first section of the show. Might have been a great discussion. Fortunately, probably not going to happen right now, given that tomorrow the actual reveal is going to happen. But let me move here into the news stories that we were going to go over. The 24 revival was actually confirmed. Fox bringing back Jack Bauer for a special 12 episode season, which is kind of interesting. I've never watched the show. I know Big Boss was really excited about this when it was announced. So maybe we'll get his thoughts on that on the next CanUK Podcast. WWE 2K14 launching October 29th on 360 and PS3. Yay, more wrestling, the first game from 2K. I'm quite excited for that. The next story being Rift going free to play on June 12th, which is awesome, I guess. Just shows you that if you wait any period of time these days, any MMO may go free to play. Moving onwards, Konami to stream pre-E3 press conference on June 26th, which would have meant probably, their press conferences can be kind of embarrassing, but we could have gotten a look at the next Castlevania game here and the next Metal Gear Solid game for sure. I'm looking forward to that. And plus, it's on June 6th. It's not being aired on June 10th, the same day as every other single press conference this year. I tell you, seriously, everything in one day. It's going to make it difficult to try and get that one day off work, I tell you. Then we have War Thunder, a first-person MMO FPS coming to PlayStation 4 this fall. Which, yay, more free games to play on the PlayStation 4. I'm all for that. Then we also got the big announcement last week from Sony that Gran Turismo 6 is confirmed for holiday 2013 and will be released on the PlayStation 3. Let's all hope this is true. I mean, look at how Gran Turismo 5 turned out, and the wait and wait and wait that we had to go through in order to get that game. But yet, it's still the highest selling game on the PlayStation 3. Tells you something, doesn't it? And while I'm not a big racing fan, I do like Gran Turismo in some respects. I haven't really played one to great detail since I don't know, 3 on the PlayStation 2. But hey, I'm happy another one's coming in. Hopefully it will be better than 5. We can hope. Ubisoft has announced that it has 2 new AAA games coming, which, fingers crossed, one of those will be Beyond Good and Evil 2. I really, really, really hope so. Oh, how I really, really hope so. The other one? I don't know. There's 2 new AAA games coming, so God only knows what franchise they may be coming from, or if it may be new franchises. We've yet to see. Valve has unveiled their Steam trading cards for players to earn and trade for rewards. You can get into the beta now by joining up to the Steam group. I'm in the beta, and it's kind of nifty so far. I've been playing a little bit of Portal 2, and I've got a card from that, which was kind of awesome. I'm quite looking forward to see what Valve is going to do with this. I really am, and I'm excited for it. I really, really am. EA is planning a Star Wars-focused DICE studio in Los Angeles. That's cool. Going on from the news last week that EA and Disney signed a deal for them to make exclusive games. All I want, EA, is a DICE-made Battlefront game. Make Battlefront 3. You need to do this. And speaking of EA, of all people to do this, this was EA who did this. They're getting rid of the online pass. I know, right? EA is doing this. Which, in another way, makes me kind of scared. Even though I got an inkling of respect for EA for doing this, it's like them putting out their hands and going, here's the candy, while walking backwards towards a unmarked white van. Yeah, I expect something very, very bad to come out from this. And it's sad, that's my first thought anyway as a gamer when I think about EA. Them showing something cool. I still have the thought that, something bad's going to follow from this. Yeah, but hey, they're getting rid of online passes, and hopefully other companies jump on this bandwagon, because it's a bandwagon to jump on. And speaking about jumping onto bandwagons, well, that was a bad segue. That really was a bad segue. Oh wow, I'm flying through these news stories. Metal Gear Rising is coming to PC, which is awesome. I'm actually really excited about this because I've been thinking about picking up the game, but I haven't. But hey, if it's coming to PC and if it ends up on Steam, it's sure to get a discount at some point, so I'm looking forward to buying it at around $10. So I'm definitely waiting for that now. Though I don't know. I'll have to check to see what the PC requirements are going to be. My system's pretty good. I've been playing Borderlands 2 on high settings, so hopefully my rig can handle it, but I'm kind of worried all the same. And speaking about being worried and disgusted and all this, Nintendo, I love you, but you're going to start claiming ad revenue on user-generated YouTube videos? As a Let's Player myself, this hurts. I mean, I don't do my videos for money. I choose not to. I put up videos and I play games and I share my content with all of you because that's exactly what I want to do. I just want to share my experiences with the game and show you the things that I love and let you experience new experiences as I'm experiencing them. That was using the word experience far too much. But you get my point. That's on my claim. But there's a lot of YouTubers out there who depend on that ad revenue. And for Nintendo just to come in and take that away, that's horrible. It's such a bastard move by Nintendo. It really is, because the people putting this content out there, like myself, we're doing this, Nintendo, because we love you. And we love the content that you make, and we want to share our experiences with the world. You're getting free advertisement from us about your games, and you're going to come in and take away the little bit of money that users get for showcasing your content. The least you could have done was be like, well, hell, we'll do this 50-50 split with you, or you get 60%, we'll take 40, or you get 70%, we'll take 30. Something like that would have been better, but you're just going to take it all away from those people who depend on that money, that source of income? What's wrong with you? I could easily do a rant on this video, this news story, I'm sure, but I won't. I will leave it at that. Done deal. Let's move on to the next story. Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Collection, sees a slight delay. It's launching July 9th for $50. $50 for all those games. We're talking Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, Peace Walker, the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, plus an art book and 2 digital novels, graphic novels, for $50. If you have not played any of the Metal Gear Solid games and you own a PlayStation 3, for the love of God, go buy this collection on July 9th. It is an amazing deal. And if Big Boss was here, I know he would agree with me. And he's probably going to buy this set again. Maybe. Well, let's keep moving here with another batch of Nintendo news. And that's, Nintendo announces Sonic: The Lost World. The first in a line of 3 games coming exclusively to the Wii U and 3DS. Which, when I first heard this story from the Nintendo Direct that came out, I was like, holy crap. Nintendo has partnered with Sega for an exclusive deal on Sonic games. Now, I know they've had exclusive games in the past with Sonic, and it's cool and all, but as a gamer who grew up, kind of late on, I guess, in the Genesis and Super Nintendo war, this still struck me as, like, weird news that didn't sound just right. It's still weird these days to have Sega and Nintendo doing these agreed-upon deals. It just doesn't feel right. It really, really doesn't. Oh, it does not at all. But hey, I'm still happy for Nintendo. And I hope this Sonic game does become great, because Nintendo really does need some good exclusives for the Wii U right now. And if a good Sonic game can come out for it, like Sonic Generations, because that Sonic Generations was an amazing game, if we can get another one of those and it being exclusively on the Wii U and 3DS, that's going to be a big plus for the Wii U in my opinion. And speaking about big pluses, Killzone Mercenary, the Vita game, coming out for the Vita. Duh. Derpy derpy derp on my part there. But originally it was coming out on September 17th. And somebody within Sony must have been like, dudes, September 17th, GTA 5 is coming out that day. We can't launch a game on the exact same day as GTA 5. Which it appeared like everybody listened, because Killzone Mercenary is coming out now 1 week early on September 10th. That's cool. That's awesome. More Vita games is a plus. Just like more Wii U games. Those two systems are kind of in the same bed together right now. And finally, for the news stories that we would have talked about this week, Final Fantasy H HD H. H? Really? Really, Lord X? You're going to say H? Final Fantasy VIII is coming to the PC in Japan, which is cool, because they put out the PC version of Final Fantasy VII a while back, so they're doing it for 8 now. That's awesome. And that was the news stories for the CanUK Podcast this week. And in the been playing, been watching, and been reading section, I'm not sure what Big Boss would have went over, but for me, I've been playing Resident Evil 6 and Sleeping Dogs this week, among other things, but those were the two I was going to talk about. So far, Resident Evil 6, it's been okay. Not horrible, but okay. I'm still not far yet, and I'm doing Leon's campaign, and I'm hoping for things to get better. I have a hope for it. I'm not, going on the fact that I am Resident Evil fan. I want an experience like 1 or 2 or even 4 for that matter, which 4 was amazing, by the way. But I have hopes for it. And as for Sleeping Dogs, I popped it on yesterday, actually, while waiting for Big Boss to appear. And I was collecting a few trophies for the game. Yay, trophies! I love that game. It's awesome. Go play it. PC version if you can. I've been playing on PS3 for that. As for what I've been watching this week, first and foremost, I saw Star Trek Into Darkness, and that movie was awesome! Absolutely awesome. If you love J.J. Abrams and you love Star Trek, go see this movie. It's a fun, action-filled movie. I know some fans are going to complain about the direction they took for this one, but as a fan of Star Trek only from the last Star Trek movie, I enjoyed it. And with my limited knowledge of Star Trek in the past, I enjoyed the direction they went with in terms of the villain and the storyline, so please do yourself a favor, go check out Star Trek Into Darkness. The other thing I've been watching this week was Reboot! That's right, Reboot. The original CGI series. In fact, it was the very first computer animated series ever to air. And it is fantastic. I was at a friend's place and we were watching it and just reliving some old childhood memories from 1994. If you've never seen Reboot, do yourself a favor and look it up. It's awesome. And as for what I've been reading this past week, I started reading Children of the Mind, the 5th book, I believe, in the Ender's Game series. I'm only like 1 chapter in so far. Pretty good. Still kind of weird. Very weird. Yeah, that series after Ender's Game was an amazing book. Mind-blowingly good. I love it. I would recommend it to everybody. But the series does tend to get weirder by every book. Yep. And that would have done it for this week's CanUK Podcast. And for shameless self-promotion, well, no CanUK Podcast. Anyways, guys, if you have questions and comments for myself or Big Boss, you can leave it down below. It'll enter you in a chance to win a free game. Either Killing Floor, Bastion, which I have 2 copies now to give out, thanks to Deep Seated Geek. He gave me a copy, as with everybody else who tuned in for his first ever live stream, which was awesome, by the way. You should go over to his channel and check it out whenever he uploads it. Very cool. And he's an awesome guy, so go check out his videos anyway. But yeah, leave questions and comments for us. Get a chance to win a free game. And that does it for this week's CanUK Podcast. The one-man show for this week. And in the next couple of days, you may actually see a very special episode of the CanUK Podcast revolving around the Xbox 720, Xbox Durango, Xbox Infinity, and Xbox 24/7 box, whatever it's going to be called. We'll be talking about that on the next show for sure. And we may have a special guest joining us for that. But until next time, I've been Lord X. You can hit me up on Twitter at the Lord X. You can hit up Big Boss on Twitter at TheHighwind32. And for hell, you can even go check out Jester at Jester Conceptions. No, wait, JesterCar13 on Twitter. And check out his YouTube channel as well. He's still doing awesome stuff. And check out his blog. And that's going to be it for shameless self-promotion. That does it for questions and comments. I've been Lord X. You've been awesome. This has been the one-man show, CanUK Podcast. Sorry for not a full episode this week, guys. I do apologize for that yet again. Yeah, expect one next week, though. And I will catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody.